Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 6.
Episode 6.
Is it 6? Oh, I got it right this week. Good. We're very happy because we just filled our aircon machine up with vodka. So
We did.
No, well, not really. I mean, but we pretended to.
We made it look like on Instagram that we did anyway.
Aye, pretty much like, see the aircon machine, it's like, I mean, you need it. See, when it's summer's days, you need it cold, right? But didn't have anything to fill it up with. Well, I suppose I could have just went into the kitchen and got like a jug or something, but I was like, there's an empty bottle of vodka there, the sink's just through there, fill the bottle of vodka up with it. It just doesn't look the best when you're filling your aircon machine up with straight vodka. Well, it looks like it anyway.
Work smarter, not harder, that's what they say.
I think actually we should test it out and actually use real vodka and see if it works. It might get us drunk, man.
What if these pass out on the podcast?
The fumes peel a little.
Because we've decided to record this in another absolute scorcher. Believe it or not, it does sometimes get hot in Scotland.
Scotland has the hottest days, man.
Aye.
Well, I think so.
It also has the coldest, shittest days
It does, man.
throughout the year.
I'm burnt, man. I'm fucking burnt up my arms and all sorts, man. It's horrible.
I got burnt all yesterday, but turned it a nice wee tan today.
It's
Do you like it?
lovely, man. It's very nice.
It's very nice. Look at my leg.
Look at my leg. Look at my leg. Right, so what you been listening to? Where you been? How you been?
I've been good. I've been good. I had a nice wee relaxing weekend listening to Beartooth's new album.
Oh, yes.
It was excellent.
When did that drop? Friday?
That was Friday.
Yep.
So that was when this comes out. Well, it was the 25th of June it came out.
What's the actual album called?
Below. The album's called Below.
You'd think I would remember that.
It's called Below. 12-track album, and it's brilliant. Dead lively. 9 out of 10 songs. Well, 11 out of 12 songs, I should say, are floor fillers. Dead lively, and
I've listened to the majority of it, man. And it does sound brilliant, man. A couple of bits that were well heavier than I was expecting. I know they are quite a heavy band, but some of it was like proper, like double bass pedal going like fuck, man. You're screaming like fuck. I was like, woo! This does sound class on a gig, man.
They started doing like blast beats and that, the drums as well, and like actually proper heavy metal. It was nice. It was nice.
Did they not usually do that then?
Well, they do a wee bit.
I've just heard they're kind of like more kind of, pop punky songs with alternative pop punky kind of songs. I don't know. Maybe no punk, but but you know what I mean? Like I knew they had heavier songs, but those ones were like really heavy. I was like, holy fuck, am I listening to Slipknot or something?
They remind me so much of A Day to Remember. They remind me so much of A Day to Remember. And I love A Day to Remember as well.
Same genre.
Same genre, and it's just brilliant. And obviously, it's crazy. I think the last album was out in 2018, the Disease album.
Oh,
2018. Really? That's a big gap.
Is that the kind of big? I can't remember the name of the songs, but
Bad Listener and stuff like that. Isn't it?
There's a few good ones.
Greatness and Death. Brilliant.
Because I never listened to them up until we were at the gig, and we seen them, and I was taking photos at the gig, and
that was February 2018.
Was
That's
it?
how long ago that was.
I
think
man.
so. I think it was. Because it was just before my birthday. My kitchen was getting done up at the same time.
No, it couldn't. It was just before COVID. Because I remember thinking I had a couple other gig photography gigs coming up, and Beartooth was that was February 2019. I'm sure, man.
18.
No.
Was it no 18?
I'm sure it was lockdown, man. Just before. Maybe you're right, but
maybe I'm wrong.
Because I feel as if I did that, and then I was like, right, I've got a couple, and they got cancelled because I couldn't do them because of COVID.
Maybe it's 19. It feels COVID feels as if it's lasted at least 40 years. So
I know.
It's hard to keep track of.
SWG3 in Glasgow. Swedge. It's a decent venue, that, but man, that was the first time I'd been, man.
I like the venue. I think, see, as soon as you get past the kind of midway barriers, like where the kind of sound guy sits and stuff like that, so when you get past that, the noise just dies.
Aye.
You kind of have to be in the mix to enjoy it.
To hear it, that
you certainly were in the mix.
Oh, I was right at the front. I was in the wee barrier bit, man. Feel like that. It was my first kind of big gig taking photos, so it was like quite. It's quite intense, man. See the crowd, because the crowd was going nuts, man.
It was
like
lively.
folk were just constantly getting thrown over the barrier, and I'm like,
watch my camera.
I know. Well, and I was like, I had a lens ball with me because sometimes do lens ball photography. I was like, you know what, I'm going to try doing lens ball photography at this gig, thinking it was a great idea. Didn't get one photo, like the lens ball shots. I got some cool normal photos, but I was like, so I'm feeling like the guy's singing, the Beartooth singing. He's probably looking down at me, and I'm like with a lens ball. Feel like that. He's like, this guy's trying to cast a spell on me, man. What's he doing?
There's a gypsy in here trying to cast a spell on me.
Somebody's trying to read my fortune down the front.
You're paranoid.
I'll never do that at a gig again. I had this vision, man, of those, see, because those Lensball photos are cool, man, and I just thought, see if I could get them like on the platform singing the Lensball, and then just, it could look cool as fuck.
You got some really cool pictures for it, to be fair.
Aye, there was like, just your kind of normal kind of gig photography photos, but I just wanted to try something a bit different. But you know what I mean, the only way you learn if something's no good is if you try and do it.
Yeah, considering that was your first time kind of properly doing that with a kind of a bigger stage.
Aye,
well done.
It is some gig, man. And the annoying thing is, I'm more into Beartooth now than I was then, because at that point I knew you were into them and a couple of mates listened to them, but I wasn't really. I knew they were good, but I didn't really know any of the songs or anything like that. And then after I seen it, I was like, fuck, man, I wish I like paid more attention to the songs. But at the same time, when you're working at something like that, you don't want to be listening to, you're just focusing on trying to get that shot, man. Because unless you're doing video, the only thing that matters is what's in the frame. Like, it could be shots when they're not playing songs and it still looks cool, and you know, it just depends.
I suppose that's a good way to look at it, because if that was one of your favourite bands, I can imagine it being hard to, one, enjoy the gig, and two, take the pictures, because you're trying to kind of enjoy it at the same time.
The only benefit of that of knowing their songs really well is probably when like it's pure
big bits coming up.
Big bits are coming up. You're like, oh, they're gonna do something here, so like get ready to take photos. But a couple of times that I got it anyway, because I just had it on rapid fire, man. I was just shooting, and it was like all the confetti stuff was just dropping down and all that, you know.
That was a great gig. They put on a great show.
But
Can't remember who supported them, but the supports were brilliant. But that Swage, it's a good venue for up the front. I seen In Flames in there once, and it was brilliant right up. And I think I went to the toilet and I came back, and I couldn't. It was too busy to get through the front bit. So there's like two entrances. So I went through the back entrance, and it felt like somebody was playing a CD. Like right at the back. I was like, this is so strange. It just completely dies out, as if the sound just goes and dies in.
They probably need to have a certain amount of soundproofing maybe for places round about it. Is there houses round about it? I don't even know.
Well, there's flats and stuff, but quite a bit of distance away. It's right next to a railway station. So.
But
there's a pub next door that's attached. It's like Swedge. It's like underground or subway or something.
One of the worst memories for that gig is bar, man. That was terrible. Like the wait to get a drink. I mean, I've seen Gareth, like Connor's flatmate, right. One of our mates, Connor's flatmate. Well, Gareth's a mate as well, but and I just seen him down the front, man. There's like 20 folk in front of me. I'm like, Gareth, you get me drinks, man. I go to them, I was like, thank fuck, man. It's fuck waiting that, man. Man, the next band would have started if you had to.
That's right, because you got me a drink as well, and then, but I owed Ross a drink, so I had to still wait in the queue to get Ross a drink. Bastard. Anyway, but we digress here. The album, Below, phenomenal. Really enjoyed it. There was two songs that stood out for me. It was Skin and Devastation. Just two absolute bangers. I thought they were brilliant. Devastation was a bit heavier and a really, really catchy chorus, and Skin was a wee bit kind of...
Their choruses are unreal, man. Like, that is one thing they do fucking bang on is their choruses, man. It's
so good, man.
Powerful, man.
And I think that's what reminds me of the I Don't Remember bit, because they go quite screamy and quite heavy through the choruses, and the verses and the bridges. And then the wee kind of pauses, then the big jump into the chorus, and it's kind of anthemy choruses.
Yeah, you can almost feel it coming. You're like, yes, it's coming back. Another chorus, man.
It was so good. It was so good. I really enjoyed it.
They know how to write songs. I'll give them that, man.
And that'll be more music getting added to the Spotify as well.
Yes, the Spotify. Is that you just shoving a wee card under? Anybody want to listen to Spotify?
If you're listening to this now, it'll be live. It'll be here.
Spotify,
because we released it in the last episode, so. We'll just keep adding to it.
Exciting
it's like
stuff.
Nearly 2 hours worth of songs already.
They're actually all really good songs, man. I had a wee flick through it.
Aye.
Very decent. Very decent indeed, man.
It's good.
New music, old music, everything you want, really.
Every time I play it, it seems to always come in with Blink-182. I always start, even when I play shuffle play, it just go down and down and down.
I was did you check out that YouTube original series with Tom DeLonge?
No. I heard about it today.
I watched about half an hour of it. It's like an hour and 40 minutes long.
It's good, man.
It's very good, man. It's just talking about, like I said, I only watched like half an hour of it, but it was pretty much talking about his sound and but a bit of a documentary as well, like in the sense of like where he came from and all that, and like growing up and how he got into music and like just how he met Mark and all that. And
I think he starts talking about the Buddha album and stuff, didn't he? Like
that's kind of where I got to, because that's about that stage. And then I think once he's talked about Blink, I'm guessing it goes into Angels and Airways, because it's kind of that's the way they kind of promoted it, like both Blink-182 and Angels and Airways. So I'm guessing it just goes into how he how he emerged into that as well.
I think he's always quite adamant not to be remembered for Blink-182 and just purely Blink-182. He always kind of, you never really hear him talk about Blink that much anymore.
I think
It always seems to be pushing Angels Navy, and that's fair enough. That's
even Joe, he's like, yeah, I just right. I wrote songs about farts and jobbies and stuff. Oh, no jobbies. That's a Scottish word, but
jobbies.
Like poos or whatever you would say. A fucking American. I don't even know.
Turds.
Turds, probably.
Poos. I will no stick to the Scottish
about some poos.
Jobbies and poos. I thought this podcast just took a sour turn here.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible news about Mark Hoppus as well, talking about Blink-182 and that.
I heard about that.
Absolutely devastating. Actually, that's really sad. My way to my work, and I'd seen it on my phone, and I went, and I read these messages saying that he's scared, but he's like trying to stay positive and stuff. And I actually had a bit of a lump in my throat, like just reading him. He just seems like the nicest guy ever, and like obviously he's a legend in the music industry.
It's horrible to hear that kind of news about anyone, man. But somebody that's like a role model through your youth and that, it's quite, you'd never met the guy, but you feel as if you know him a wee bit, because
big part of your life. And a lot of celebrities like that would, because he's a celebrity, he's a big enough person, he's a celebrity, would maybe hide it and say, oh, nah, I'm fine, just stay quiet for a while. But he's actually addressed it. He's come out and said, like, I'm being dead honest here. I'm scared, I've got cancer, and it's
who wouldn't be scared? You know
exactly. We're all human. We all live and breathe and go through the same shit. It's just hopefully he pulls through it, man, because it's horrible.
Man, definitely.
It's horrible. Anyway, we'll move on for that, because I don't want to depress everybody. I've had the tears.
It's very sad, man, though.
Have you heard?
You go.
Me.
You go.
We need a wee buzzer. Let me buzz in whenever I say something. Somebody says something stupid. Willow. You heard of the artist Willow? Also known as Willow Smith, aka Will Smith's daughter. She's
I bang my hair back and forth.
Aye.
You know that years ago?
I actually forgot about that. And as soon as she said that, I went, oh shit, maybe I don't want to talk about this. But she's kind of stepped into the kind of rock industry.
Oh, has she?
And I've heard two of her songs when I was kind of looking through her stuff for this podcast. Transparent and Lipstick. Very good.
Aye.
Actually, really good. I was surprised. It was actually really mature. Like I kind of thought it was going to be this, like just kind of cheesy, poppy kind of, but it was actually really mature, and it actually reminded me a wee bit of what's the band? I can't remember. Paramore / Fightstar. That kind of reminded me a wee bit of that, and that Transparent Soul, I think it's called, is with Travis Barker. It's fucking every song now, I think. But
aye.
But it was actually really good.
Aye,
it was actually really
that's
good.
Quite interesting. Actually, I quite like to hear that. I think it's funny, like celebrities, like sons and daughters and children and stuff like that. Is you always think see these celebrities like Will Smith and I don't know, Brad Pitt, I suppose, or like those kind of ones you grew up with. You're kind of like, they've got kids, and then you're like, oh wait, they've actually got older kids. Like it's probably like doing shit like that. It's quite mad. It's like fucking Kurt Cobain's like Frances Bean Cobain. She's like her age. She's like 29 or something like that.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, it's quite mad to see the next generation, what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Because imagine like somebody starting with nothing and still making it to like somewhere like Will Smith's made it, and then what's his kids gonna do? I suppose it's like one of those ones, they can have one or two routes. They can either just sit back and
enjoy the money,
enjoy what they've been given in life.
That's what Tom Hanks' child done, isn't it? Tom Hanks is just like basically like partied for all his life. Like I think he's into drugs and all that kind of stuff. And
the boy, he was in a great movie though, Orange County with Jack Black.
Oh,
it was like the first movie I seen Jack Black in, I'm sure, and that was a brilliant movie, man.
That was a while ago, man.
He was in that. He was in, he was in recently. I seen that new Jumanji one, Next Level, and no wait, is it the first Jumanji or the second Jumanji? But he's like one of the kids after they grow up, and he's like see like they go back after the board game, and then he's like he's the guy who's grown up because he came back like years before or something. Like that. If you know, I know it's very interesting, but I'm just saying that I didn't know he still acted.
No,
but
I didn't. I'm trying to think of who's the biggest celebrity that's came for who's had a sort of like son or daughter that's get as famous as their parents. I can't think of anybody.
Or more. There will be, man.
Aye.
Surely.
There will be, as soon as we think of this, there'll be probably Kardashians or something like that.
Kardashian, right? That's true, probably. But, man.
But anyway, so Willow Smith, which is called Willow. Check it out. It's actually really good. There's only listened to 2 songs, and she's kind of she's pushing she's also trying to forget put my head back and forward in all that industry and stuff like that. And aye, good on her.
Aye,
good on her.
Definitely, man.
I don't know if that what's his boy's name? Jared Smith. He's still acting.
Last time I seen him was in that Karate Kid. Wasn't it? That was years ago. Oh no,
Afterlife.
Afterlife as well.
Afterlife was it called?
That was alright.
He's a bit annoying.
Aye. Will Smith's performance was probably the best thing in it.
He's amazing.
He's just pure emotional. He's pure good at looking emotional, man. He's like, I don't know. Good, man.
Great actor.
Did you hear that Limp Bizkit is releasing a UK tour?
Aye.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No, I never.
You did? You don't need to lie to make me feel better.
No, right, I did.
Oh, thank you.
I did. Tell me a bit more about it.
Right, well, I feel as if it's ruined now, but I'll tell you anyway. They're playing Manchester. This is a full UK tour. Are you ready for the dates? They're playing Manchester and London.
That's
it, man.
So
they're playing they're doing the tour with Spirit Box that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. So
they're killing it, man.
I mean, I'll probably know. I would love to see Limp Bizkit. It'd just be one of those pure fun gigs to go and see, wouldn't it?
All right, we've seen them.
Have we?
Remember me and you went to the OTBP Academy and seen them? Unfortunately, we were sitting.
What
we were up at the top. Remember, because we were gutted, we could only get seating tickets.
Were we kids at the time? I can't even remember.
We were in the band.
Kids. What band? What one?
I don't know.
It
was just me and you that went, so.
Oh, was it?
Wasn't it that? We weren't even that young.
Aye.
But so Limp Bizkit, they basically advertised that we're dropping this big UK tour. 2 dates. 2 dates.
I heard, is it Limp Bizkit's dropping a new album as well?
They're writing it. So they've wrote a new album, but there's no lyrics to it yet. So they're waiting for Fred Durst to do the lyrics to it, and then it's completely finished.
The thing is, see when you put some lyrics in, because if you're like, oh man, that's a banging chorus melody-wise for the singing, we need another chorus. It must you'd need to retrack your steps, because the way that I would write a song is writing everything together. I can't imagine, I know a lot of bands do it, especially if they live cross country for each other.
Yeah.
They'd write all the music and then send it wherever, because I know Connor said that's how Yashin used to do it back in the day. They'd write it in Glasgow,
record Liverpool or something like that,
and then send it down to the singer
Harry Rashford.
It's
Rashford. Radford.
Radford. Aye, it is Harry Radford down in London, and he would put lyrics to it or something like that. So it's quite a weird way of doing it, but if that's the way you can do it, that's the way you can do it.
Aye, I mean, it's something we've never done because we've always lived in the same tune. Do you know what I mean? So it's been easier for us to just meet up and go through stuff, and
just meeting at my garage at half after school.
Sound Magic in Ayr. Shout out to Sound Magic in Ayr.
Aye, man,
practiced there for years.
Good people, good times.
Baz, the guy that owns it, it's just a lovely guy. He couldn't do more for us.
Aye, it's good. Let us shoot our first music video in there, didn't
he? He did, and he was playing all the kind of event nights he had and stuff like that. It was like he was like a plumber. He's attached. There's like a wee attachment to his side of his business.
Big industrial site in Ayr. Yeah, just in the road phase in Scotland.
You could tell he was one of the guys that just loved and breathed music as well.
Aye, man.
But we need to go back. We should go back there for a wee, just at least get a catch up with Baz and a wee jam session or something.
Aye, definitely, man.
So
what you got?
See before we
show
started
me
this.
what you got.
It's
these vodkas, man. I shouldn't drink vodkas.
David's on vodka. Was there ice in that? Is it that hot? It's melted already.
No.
Okay. So before we started this podcast, I was flicking through my phone, ready to set up and stuff, and I seen on my phone that Rob, the front man for Don Brocco, is signed to a boxing agency.
Was he?
So I know on his Instagram and stuff he's been doing boxing classes and stuff, and he's been boxing with pads and stuff like that, but I've just seen that he's signed with an agency as if he's going to have fights and fight.
I can't imagine him being serious about something like that.
See, I couldn't, and that's why I'm thinking, wait a minute, are you being duped again here? Is this going to lead up to another video or something like that? But I don't know, he tagged the agency, and it was actual an agency had 15,000 followers on Instagram. It was an actual
another music video,
and it was welcome to the agency or whatever. Rob, it seems legit.
That'd be
but
mad.
You know what they're like Like they could.
Everybody's getting their foot in the UFC or boxing or something like that, aren't they? Like, you see YouTubers and that, and it's like, does everybody want to fight all of a sudden? Like, be pals.
Money. I know.
Just be friends, man.
There's not much money in friends.
No, man.
There's a lot of money in war and hate. But aye, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that you could see him fighting someday. It's mad. But aye, I mean, if look at how much money the likes of like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all that are brought. Like, they're like YouTubers and
fuck those guys, man.
We'll be fighting somebody soon. We'll be fighting.
I'm gonna fight you.
They will fight each other. No money. Episode 7 fight.
Just like a couple of hobos out back, man.
Drunk for the fumes for your AC. Your AC unit.
Vodka AC, man. That's it.
It's aye, but that's it's be curious to see if it comes for.
I seen the video of the behind the scenes for what's it, Manchester #1 fan or something like that.
Aye.
Did you see that? Did you see behind the scenes one?
No.
That's quite funny, man. It's just them being fucking, you know what I mean? They're just funny to watch, and it's just like a kind of wee vlog behind the scenes type thing.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Like one of their managers is one of the clones of Beckham.
Right.
Pretty much in it. Like one of the ones that didn't turn out looking like Beckham, because I didn't know. I thought it was just all CG, but they actually got the look-alike Beckham. Like the guy that's pure like famous for looking like Beckham to be in the video. So like they got their manager to be like one of the ones that didn't work, and they were just like greasing him up to look as if like he was like obviously maybe just out a like testing tube or something like that, like type thing, and they were just like more grease, put more grease on him. It's just quite funny, man. Just their banter's just.
That's funny, man.
Aye.
They sound like a fun band. You always see like videos and stuff for the wee clips for YouTube videos. They're always trying to get each other frights and all that, and the producer just looks as if he's about to fucking rip his hair out.
Aye, real stressing it.
He's trying to meet deadlines and all that, and folk are jumping out trying to kid on spilling tea on him.
Are you talking about the one when they crawled underneath the computer desk?
Aye.
He's feel like that. That's funny, man.
Oh, it's funny.
Anything else that you've got on your agenda this
evening? No, I think that's me, mate. We started reviewing the AFI album.
Aye, man.
One song and abandoned it.
Aye.
It wasn't that bad. It's just Beartooth album came out.
Well, that was a hangman, because I was going to listen to AFI, and then you text me saying Beartooth suit, and I was like, well, fuck that. I'm going to listen to Beartooth. Is there another album for next week? I can't even think, man.
Like the Torch has just released an album. That's the old singer for
Surprise, I've not heard of them.
Kill Switch Engage.
Oh right, that band. I do actually have heard of them, man.
So we'll maybe look at that. We'll have a look and see what's coming out. It's we've kind of recorded this a wee bit earlier than usual, so we've got a wee bit of time to think about it and see.
Because we've got a stag do this weekend. I mean, we might not be able to come back to planet Earth for about 3 or 4 days after that.
Yeah. Next episode we'll look about 4 years older than we did.
That's true, man.
But, aye, it'll be good.
Stag do listening to COVID rules, of course, though.
Alright, so that is all outside.
Following all the orders.
It's all outside and limited.
Man, I hope that gets to fuck soon, but man, I think the new date's like August 8th or something like that for the whole of Scotland to get lifted to their like.
Aye, that's right.
8th or 9th or something like that.
3 day. It doesn't matter anyway. You can do what you want. Matt Hancock, the health secretary, has decided to like shag him. So, I mean, if the rules are alright for him, it means they're alright for everybody else.
Aye, man. You can either be that guy or be a football fan, I think. You can just do what the fuck you want.
Either go to the Euros or be the health secretary. The rules just don't apply to you.
Pretty much.
It's crazy.
Right, let's go and enjoy the sun, man. You've got some beers, I've got some vodka. We'll go and sit at the back, man, soak in the beautiful sunshine. What's it sitting at today? Like 20 degrees? 20?
I was driving back for work and it was saying 24.
24? We're sitting inside doing a podcast.
It's about 34 in here.
Time to go.
Aye. Right, well, thanks very much for listening again. This will be out on Thursday, every Thursday at 4:30. Every podcast is out. Check the Spotify out. Check us on Instagram.
Comment down below.
Keep us posted.
Comments, but I mean comment.
Nah. Give us some comments. If you want us to review anything, old or new, let us know and we'll do it.
Yep. And subscribe. And that's us. Episode 6 done. See you next time.
Ciao.
Bye.